Hello students, in this class we will taught types of organic reactions. Okay, so let us write down our heading, that is types of organic reactions. Types of organic reactions. So first category coming under this, that is substitution reaction. Clear? Substitution reaction. So what is substitution reaction? Whenever any atom or group of the compound or substrate is being replaced by another atom or group, that is called substitution reaction. Some group being replaced by some other group. Clear? So write down its definition. The reaction in which one atom or group which is attached to the carbon atom of the substrate being replaced by another atom or group is called a substitution reaction. Is called a substitution reaction. It's called a substitution reaction. So in this substitution reaction, there is no change in carbon skeleton. First one, there is no change in carbon skeleton. In substitution reaction, there is no change in carbon skeleton. Clear? No change in saturation and unsaturation also. No change in saturation and unsaturation in the carbon chain. In the carbon chain of substrate. Clear? Example, there are so many examples of substitution reaction. Simple halogenation, methane reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight. One hydrogen from methane gets substituted by one halogen atom, chlorine, CH3 plus HCl. This one is methane. This one is methyl chloride. Similarly, if you treat alkyl halide, let's say CH3, CH2Br, ethyl bromide, just treat it with aqueous KOH, then it will give you CH3, CH2OH plus KBr. So bromine being replaced by OH. Okay. Similarly, there is substitution reaction like this. Let's say ethyl alcohol treated with HBr, let's see. Then OH group of alcohol being replaced by halogen atom plus water. Similarly, benzene, one hydrogen of benzene being replaced by, reaction is carried out in presence of AlCl3, give you chlorobenzene plus HCl. Clear? Similarly, CH3, CH, double bond CH2, this one is propene. If I halogenate it near about 773 Kelvin, one hydrogen from this carbon being replaced, Cl, CH2, CH, double bond CH2. Here you see the double bond remain as such. There is no change in the unsaturation in the carbon chain. So this one is called allyl chloride. Allyl chloride. Clear? Okay, it's beyond our camera. So let me write down here the product, that is Cl, CH2, single bond CH, double bond CH2. This one is allyl chloride. You see, so these are different substitution reaction. Again, if I consider this benzene reacts with concentrated HNO3 in presence of concentrated H2SO4, little bit of heating is required, then you will get nitrobenzene plus H2, so one is nitrobenzene as your substituted product. So this is all about your substitution reaction. The second category of organic reaction, that is addition reaction. Addition reaction. So addition reaction, here we have to consider one attacking reagent which attacks to the substrate molecule. Addition reaction in which an attacking reagent adds up to the substrate molecule without any elimination. Elimination means there is no loss of any molecule during such reaction. No loss of any molecule takes place, only the addition of reagent to the substrate occurs. Okay, without substrate molecule, without any elimination. Without any elimination. Okay, and the speciality of this reaction is generally the substrate molecule contains multiple bonds, double bond or triple bonds. So write down that point also. Generally the substrate molecule contains multiple bonds. Multiple bonds means there are presence of pi electrons, and pi bond is a very weak bond through which can addition takes place. Okay, multiple bonds, that is double or triple bonds. Clear? So let us consider one example. Suppose acetylene I am considering, HC triple bond CH. This one is ethyl, or you can say acetylene, added to one hydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst 313 Kelvin, let's say. So what happens? Addition takes place through this pi bond. Pi bond is weak. This pi bond gets splitted and one hydrogen over here. So what you will get over here? This is ethene. Again, since it again contains one pi bond, addition may take place. 1 mole of hydrogen, again nickel catalyst. So here you see, this one is sigma, this one is pi. Pi bond breaks, one hydrogen over here, one hydrogen over here. So finally you are getting an alkane. You see, there is no elimination of any group, only addition takes place. And what are the different changes you find over here? Triple bond is converted into double bond, and finally double bond is converted into saturated one, that is alkene. Clear? So during addition reaction, a triple bond can be converted into a double bond, while a double bond may also converted into a single bond. That is finally a saturated system you are getting over here. Then another concept you just see here, the type of hybridization of a carbon was sp. Right now it is converted into sp2 and finally it is converted into sp3. Okay, so during addition reaction, the hybridization of respective carbon atoms may changes sp to sp2 to sp3. This is the speciality of addition reaction. Next, if I consider CH2 double bond CH2, an alkene, react with Br2 bromine. Clear? Then what happens? This pi bond get breaks, then the compound contains 2 bromine atom like this. Okay, so this is called ethene. You can say this one as ethylene bromide, or if you write down its IUPAC name, that is 1,2-dibromoethene. 1,2-dibromoethene. Clear? Similarly, suppose I am considering acetaldehyde, CH3, C double bond O H. This one is acetaldehyde treated with HCl. How addition takes place? H plus Cn minus. Cn minus comes like this, and this pi bond goes to oxygen atom. So you are getting CH3, CHOH, Cn. This is called acetaldehyde cyanohydrine. Acetaldehyde cyanohydrine. So initially you see the hybridization of this substrate acetaldehyde, that was sp2, but here it is again converted into sp3. So this is regarding your addition reaction. Next reaction is very important, that is elimination reaction. The reverse of addition. Reverse of addition reaction. So elimination means loss of atoms or groups. Okay, so in this reaction two groups from two adjacent carbon atoms two adjacent carbon atoms of substrate molecule get eliminated. Substrate molecule get eliminated and the product formed contains multiple bond as a result of elimination. Next, very important point, the two eliminating groups should anti to each other. Anti means opposite. Anti to each other. Again here the type of hybridization changes from the type of hybridization of carbon atom changes from sp3 to sp2 followed by sp. Clear? Opposite to that of addition. Next, a pi bond is formed by the loss of two sigma bonds. By the loss of two sigma bonds. We will discuss through example. For example, let us consider the base catalyzed dehydrohalogenation of an alkyl halide. So what do you mean by dehydrohalogenation? Dehydrohalogenation means loss of hydrogen and halogen. So which one get eliminated? One hydrogen atom and one halogen atom get eliminated. But these two groups should be attached to two adjacent carbon atom. 1, 2. Clear? So dehydrohalogenation means loss of hydrogen and halogen from two adjacent carbons. From two adjacent carbon atoms. Let's see how. Ethyl bromide CH3CH2Br. So arrangement is like this. Here you see this is 1, 2 position, two adjacent carbon atoms and base catalyzed. So base catalyzed, that is alcoholic KOH I am considering. So base is OH minus. Now what happens? This OH minus, this one is halogen atom, this carbon is alpha and its adjacent carbon is beta. This is also called alpha beta elimination because the two eliminating groups eliminated from alpha and beta carbon, or 1, 2 elimination you can see. Here this OH minus take this proton, this bond comes here, this halogen goes like this. Okay, so Br minus K plus Kbr eliminated in the form of Kbr. Now you see the loss of hydrogen and halogen. So what happens? A multiple bond is created, a double bond is created between these two carbon atoms. So product will be like this: CH2 double bond C H2. This is alkene, ethene plus OH H, it is water. Here you see there is a loss of one hydrogen and one bromine from 1 2 carbon atom, from adjacent carbon atom, from alpha beta carbon atom. That's why this is called beta elimination or 1 2 elimination. Very simple. 1 2 elimination you can say, or beta elimination. Beta elimination. The two groups should be opposite. Hydrogen is here and bromine is here. So these two are anti to each other. One is here, one is here. This is called anti-elimination, 1 2 elimination or beta elimination. Loss of hydrogen and halogen. And you see the nature of carbon atom here, that was sp3. Here also sp3. But you see the changes. Right now it is converted into sp2 and sp2. And 2 sigma bonds already being lost. Carbon hydrogen sigma bond, carbon halogen sigma bond being lost. At the loss of 2 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond is formed over here between these two carbon atoms. So this is called elimination. Okay. Let us consider few examples of elimination reaction also. Dehydrogenation, or you can say catalytic dehydrogenation. Better will be catalytic dehydrogenation of alcohol. Catalytic dehydrogenation means again elimination of a hydrogen, or you can say loss of hydrogen. Loss of hydrogen from the substrate molecule. From the substrate. Let's say this one is CH3 CH2OH. Catalytic dehydrogenation. Let's say in presence of copper near about 300 degrees centigrade. What happens? This hydrogen and this hydrogen get eliminated and a double bond is created between carbon and oxygen. So the product is CH3 C double bond O H. This is acetaldehyde, loss of hydrogen. This is one type of elimination. Next, acid catalyzed dehydration. Dehydration means loss of water molecule. Acid catalyzed dehydration of alcohol, let's say. Acid catalyzed dehydration of alcohol. Suppose one alcohol is like this. Propanol, or you can say N-propyl alcohol. Clear? Now OH, let's say these two groups should be anti to each other like this. Acid catalyzed means, let's say in presence of concentrated H2SO4, heating is there. So what happens? This one OH group, this one is alpha, this one is beta. Beta elimination again takes place to give you propene. CH3, CH double bond, CH2, OH. Clear? So this one is CH3, CH double bond, CH2. This one is propene. Loss of water molecule is there. So loss of water is called dehydration. Again 1 2 elimination, or this one is beta elimination. 1 2 elimination, or it is called beta elimination. Clear? Next, and the final reaction, that is rearrangement reaction. Clear? So next, rearrangement reaction. Rearrangement means only there is a structural change within the substrate molecule. Nothing addition, nothing elimination occurs here. Let's see how. The reaction which involve the migration of one atom or group from one site to another site within the substrate molecule without any addition and elimination is known as rearrangement reaction. How you see? For example, let's say this one, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, let's say. This is N-butane. Clear? If some Lewis acid catalyst, anhydrous LCl3 I am considering. You see what is the structural change occurring over here. CH3, CH, CH3, CH3, you see. This is isobutane. Nothing elimination is there, no addition is there, only whatever change that is within this substrate molecule. This CH3 comes here and one hydrogen comes here. Clear? So this is, and the magical thing is here the substrate and the product, these two are structural isomers. Similarly, the first organic compound, that is ammonium cyanate, let's say NH4CNO, ammonium cyanate, whenever it is subjected to heating, then it will forms NH2, C double bond NH2. This is nothing but your urea. So this is called rearrangement reaction. For example, again, if I consider phenyl acetate, look at here, that is phenyl acetate. This one, phenyl acetate. Again, anhydrous LCl3 there. Then only rearrangement takes place. Here you see migration of one hydrogen from here to here, and this group migrates to here. See, it will give you OH. This is called orthohydroxy acetophenone plus it will form, this is called parahydroxy acetophenone. Clear? Only migration is there. So what happens here? One hydrogen from here migrates to here, and here the methyl group migrates here. Only migration is there, shifting of group is there, no addition, no elimination is there. This is called your rearrangement reaction. So these are the 4 basic type of organic reaction which we have discussed. Okay, go through that. Students, let's solve this question. Question is like this: write down the decreasing order of basic strength of following compounds. So first one, that is aniline, second one, that is diphenylalanine, this one is methylamine, this one is ammonia. Let's say these are designated compound 1, compound 2, compound 3 and compound 4. Write down their decreasing order of their basic strength. So basic strength, base means what? Base means what? A substance which can accept 1 H plus ion. A substance that can accept 1 H plus ion. So here every molecule has tendency to accept 1 H plus ion because of there is a presence of lone pair electron over nitrogen. Now the acceptance of proton by such compounds depends upon the availability of electron density over nitrogen atom. So if electron density is more over nitrogen atom, then it has a strong tendency to accept 1 H plus ion, because H plus this one is an electrophile, electron deficient. So definitely this species would attach to that center where the electron density will be more. In case of aniline, you see aromatic amine, aniline, see what happens. Definitely there is presence of lone pair over nitrogen atom, but this lone pair is not residing over nitrogen atom because it is delocalized throughout the aromatic ring by means of resonance, which I have already discussed. Nitrogen becomes positive charge. Now this negative charge comes here, this one here. Now here will be double bond, pair of electron, negative charge, double bond, NH2 positive. This negative charge comes here again, this goes like that. This one double bond, pair of electron, plus. Now this negative come here, this pi bond goes like that. Single bond, NH2. So look at these structures. Due to delocalization, this phenyl ring is an electron withdrawing group. This aromatic ring is electron withdrawing group. That's why nitrogen atom gets partial positive charge. Right now there is no lone pair density over nitrogen atom, so it never accepts 1 proton very easily. Okay, that's why its basic nature becomes less. And in case of a diphenyl aniline, there are 2 such aromatic rings. You see this one, NH, 2 aromatic rings are attached. So the deficiency over nitrogen will be more in this case. So definitely out of 1 and 2, 1 is more basic than 2. Clear? And in methylamine, due to plus I effect of alkyl group, the electron density over nitrogen will be more, so that it can easily accept 1 proton. Ammonia, very weak groups are attached to hydrogen, so lone pair density is definitely there. It can accept 1 H plus ion, but that acceptance is a little bit of less than compared to third eye. Clear? So what will be the probability? And the right answer, third eye, the highest basic, then IV, then first one, and then second one. This is the decreasing order of basic strength of these compounds. Clear? Students, look at this compound, and in this compound what you have to do? First question is, write down the IUPAC name of the compound. Next question, Mention the type of hybridization of each carbon atom. Mention the types of hybridization of each carbon atom. Easy. So look at this compound. The longest continuous carbon chain definitely the mid one, and the numbering will be started at triple bond side because it comes earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First one, that is prefix, correspond to the side chain. Yes, these are the side chains methyl groups. So I can write 3, 6, 6 trimethyl. Clear? How many carbon atoms are there? 7. What root will be? Hept. 4 double bond, 4 En, and E get cancelled. 1 Yn E. The type of hybridization. In order to know the type of hybridizations, what you have to do? You just write down its open structure. So this methyl group is almost same. I am opening this methyl group only. Methyl group C, CH3, CH3, CH double bond C, H, CH, CH3, C, triple bond C, H. Here you see, you just calculate the number of sigma bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is 4 minus 1, 3. 3 means sp3. Here how many sigma bonds? Again this one also sp3. And each methyl, no doubt this is sp3. Here sigma, sigma, but this one is pi. How many sigma bonds you just see? 1, 2, 3. So 3 sigma bonds, 3 minus 1, 2. So 2 means this one is sp2. Clear? Likewise, here sigma, sigma, 3. So this one also sp2. Here sigma, 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 4. 4 minus 1, 3. So this is sp3. Here pi, pi, sigma. 2 sigma, 2 minus 1, 1. 1 means sp. Here also sp. So like this, you can solve this question. Clear? So this includes your basic organic. Go through and write down the notes sequentially, which I have represented on the board. Clear? Hopefully you get it very well. And in next class, we will discuss about saturated hydrocarbon, that is alkane. Okay, thank you.